She has got pieces of fabric from everybody in the cul-de-sac, including Abby's pants. Now, I don't even want to know what part of the pants she got in there.
Right? I mean, there might be stains.
I don't know what's going on there.
I think they're trying to disguise that he has kind of like short arms.
Oh, maybe.
This is also the Christmas where Olivia lets it snow. God.
She went out and bought some blow.
Kristen Shepherd.
Naughty.
Naughty. Kenny Ward.
Naughty.
Naughty. Sylvie.
Naughty.
Naughty.
They're pretty much all naughty.
You're going to run out of coal.
What is he putting in his hair to make those curls?
When what to their wondering eyes should appear but a brand new Mercedes and a much cheaper Buick Regal.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Well, welcome to Seaview Circle. This is our recap podcast where we review our favorite TV shows and movies of the past, present, and possibly the future. And we do all of this in service to our end goal of determining just how highbrow and lowbrow our viewing taste is.
And along the way, we chat about vintage styles, fashions, and usually filming locations that have been lost to the decades.
Yes, indeed. Now, we mentioned the brow meter, but we're not going to be doing that this time. We're actually not going to be sharing with you any brow meter scores today because today we are giving you a bonus episode.
Here's a hint.
Yeah, I think this was the hint.
Oh, okay.
Our last episode of 2025, it is a very special Christmas episode devoted to Knots Landing. Okay, so we're going to be sharing with you some of our favorite Christmas moments from throughout the years. We have our photo albums we're going to be browsing through to talk about those moments. But before we do that, we want to remind you, all we're asking for this Christmas, if you haven't already, is for you to subscribe, to our channel.
And like. And again, ring the bell, ring the bell.
Comment, right? We want you to comment. Tell us what your favorite Knots Landing Christmas memory is right now.
But if you'd like to send us an email, you could at seeviewcircle@gmail.com. That's SEEVIEW circle. That's also our moniker for our social medias, for Instagram, for Bluesky, TikTok.
Absolutely.
At seeviewcircle.
Yes.
Very easy.
Now let's get to our photo albums. But before we do that, we want to wish Miss Donna Mills a very happy birthday. It just happens to be her birthday today.
She's a Christmas baby, really, isn't she?
Yes.
Christmas baby.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's take a look at these Christmas memories from Knots Landing. Here we have that modern throuple of Richard, Laura, and Scooter trimming the tree. Isn't that a sweet moment?
That was an interesting moment, yes.
I believe in that episode that Scooter even gave Laura a little kiss.
He did in the car. He gave her a little kiss in the car, and I think Richard might have seen it. And he didn't seem too bothered.
Diana saw it.
Oh, Diana saw it. Okay.
She was like, oh, hi, Laura.
I think Richard seemed pretty okay with it.
He seemed pretty okay with it because even after he had done that super romantic gesture by placing the red bow in Laura's bed, she woke up in the morning.
love that. The bow that went all the way from the bed down the stairs and then outside. And there, wrapped up, is this beautiful powder blue Buick Regal.
Unbelievable.
Brand new. I'm like,
so
wow.
excited. And little Jason's there. He's super excited.
He's finally redeemed himself.
They go and take a little test run. And on their return, Richard is usurped by Scooter, who delivers a brand new
he rolls
Mercedes.
up in a brand new Mercedes. And it's for Laura.
But like you say, he doesn't seem too concerned about it. He's like, that's okay. It's all good. Let's take the Mercedes.
Remember, Laura was like, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. And he's like, you're stupid not to take this car.
Yeah, I'd say Richard was he was all good in this particular Christmas. And, that's actually my inspiration today for my little Christmas plaid was the look that he had at the party that they threw. Okay, well, this was also the Christmas, if you remember, where Lily Mae made Val the patchwork quilt.
I remember that.
Gary is shown the quilt in the making, right? And Lily Mae is super excited about this.
She has got pieces of fabric from everybody in the cul-de-sac, including Abby. I think she's got
pants.
Abby's pants. Now, I don't even want to know what part of the pants she got in there.
Right? I mean, there might be stains. There might be stains.
I don't want to know.
Well, it's very sweet because it also does have some clothing from Sid as well, who at this point has passed away following our season 2 coverage that, we haven't gotten to the first few episodes of season 3. But then later on, when they go shopping, I think maybe for a gift for Olivia or something.
I think it's the only time I've ever seen anybody from Knots Landing in a thrift store.
Yeah.
And so it was Valine and Gary.
There's a quilt there, and Val says,
she says, I hate quilts.
I hate quilts. And Gary's like,
oh, yes.
What happens is that there's a scene in the kitchen where Lily Mae is making Christmas cookies, and she's regaling of all the wonderful Christmases that she had had with Val when Val was a child, and saying how they used to sing and pray and exchange gifts. And she makes a point of saying that handmade gifts were always the best gifts. But then when she leaves, Val turns to Gary and says, yeah, that's not how it was. Right?
Because she's really pissed off.
I guess there was a Christmas where, because it was Lily Mae was
she was supposed to go to Aunt June's house. Yeah. That's what it was.
Not Aunt Ginny.
No.
Aunt June.
Aunt June, whoever that is. But they were going to Aunt June's house, and Lily Mae did not show up. That was just a painful
because
Christmas
she
note.
Sent a store-bought patchwork quilt in her place. Yeah. And so the exact quote was, I've hated patchwork ever since.
Yeah. I pretty much hate patchwork, too.
I'm
not a fan of
I'm not
patchwork.
necessarily a fan. So then later on that night, there is a little chorus of carolers outside on Seaview Circle.
Oh, and this part is so great because Lily Mae's got her auto harp. She's there in the background along with all the children.
Yeah, and Ginger and Kenny with their new baby. And really the only appearance we see them featured. Yeah. And then there's someone else in there too.
Funny. Well, so do you remember the little house ghost?
I sure do.
Amy.
Well, originally Jill.
Yeah, originally her name is Jill.
She's back. Also, in the credits, we could see that Tanya Crow's sister, Jamie, was also one of the carolers. Okay, we are digressing. The whole point of this is that Gary and Val are there, and they're watching Lily Mae. And Gary says, gosh, she looks just like a little child herself. And I guess there was that whole backstory about how when they had Val, Lily Mae's husband doted all on Val and paid no attention to Lily Mae, and that's why she went off to do her singing.
Right.
And so there was a way for Gary to sort of recontextualize what her trauma was from her childhood. So then the next morning, Christmas Eve morning, there comes that gift.
Crisis averted.
Out comes the quilt.
I kept thinking to myself, oh boy, she's going to open up that quilt. She's going to scream. Yeah. She's going to be like, oh my God.
But she can clearly tell that this time the quilt was handmade. And Lily Mae says, isn't it so soft, sugar?
Isn't it so soft? What if it smelled good too? Like Snuggle.
There's a wonderful moment. And this really was a very precious Christmas memory.
That was a great memory. I see a nice picture here that brings back another great Christmas memory. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when Teddy Becker, Karen's old boyfriend, conveniently shows up now that Sid is gone?
Right. Only a couple episodes afterwards.
It just so happens that her old flame, I guess it was right before she met Sid.
Yeah, first boyfriend before Sid, and maybe even a little bit of an overlap because it appears that maybe there was an off again, on again type of thing.
And, he was more in line with the way that Karen thinks. He was a political activist.
Right. Yeah. But of course what happens here is that he's actually kind of is there for a reason, as we will soon find out, right? They kind of catch up, and then he's introduced to Diana.
Yeah. There's an instant connection there.
Yes.
And
she seems kind of enamored with him. And
she's so excited because he's so politically connected.
He's very charming.
Yeah.
And I'd say the actor, his name is Terry Kaiser. He's got a very prolific arsenal of facial expressions.
I was going to say, I think he might have been a mime in another life.
He could have been. I remember him. He was in an episode of Three's Company where I think he plays some sort of crook or something, or I don't know, but he's really good. I thought he was very, very good. Anyway, so Diana is taken aback by his charm, and even Abby can see maybe that there's something going on here. Just like she thought with Sid and Linda. Right.
Doesn't she say something to Karen like, oh, he's like...
She says, or she gives same old story. Daughter bags mom's old boyfriend, just like in the soap operas.
Just like in the soap operas, which this is, a soap opera. Right. Doesn't he decide to bring Diana to one of the political functions? And she's so excited. Yeah. So it's like Karen's just kind of like, yeah, I think it's great. But there is a little bit of a look on her face like, 'cause
Karen assumed maybe that there might be a little rekindling of their own relationship. So when she is seeing all this interest put on Diana, she has to say something.
they come home late.
Yes.
And she was waiting. She's all dolled up. She's waiting for him.
She went to bed, but she didn't take off her makeup. Let's put it that way.
Right. She was waiting for him, and I think he's like, oh, it's late, I gotta go. And
this is where he drops the bombshell that he's not interested in Diana for the reason that Karen thinks that he is. He's interested in Diana because he thinks there's a possibility that she may be his daughter.
Right. And doesn't he kind of say, well, I looked at the timeline of when she's born, and I think that we were dating kind of at that point.
I believe Karen
which I think
is
we're
like very taken aback by this. And she says, there's absolutely no way. Right. To him, she's like, no, I know it. I can feel it in my bones. Diana is Sid's child. But then in private,
she starts doing research.
Yeah.
Because she's like, maybe I better double check. And, fine, fair enough.
Yeah.
Double check.
This is a moment right out of the Brady Bunch episode of Aunt Jenny.
Aunt Jenny.
Yes. Because there is a photo in Sid's old photo album.
This was my favorite part of this moment. It's a picture that is later revealed to the audience, and it's Claudia Lano dressed in like Victorian garb. So, of course, Diana couldn't be his daughter because this is Sid's grandma's photo.
Sid's jeans.
And I think what was really funny was it looked like the kind of photo that you used to get at like Knott's Berry Farm.
I've totally had
where
this
they
photo,
do those or Wild West. I think we probably did one together with your family at one point. I know we did.
On Christmas Eve, there's this moment where Teddy is talking to Diana and Eric's there, and I think Michael's fallen asleep under the tree.
He's asleep under the tree.
Right. And so he's saying how he doesn't have as close of a relationship with his own kids following, I guess, the dissolution of his marriage.
I guess his ex-wife was getting remarried and they wanted to adopt the children or something like that. So
it's this long soliloquy with so many of those facial expressions from the actor.
It's like,
and so I think even
that.
Karen is, she feels for this guy, right? So she's
watching all this from the wings
to not tell him that Diana is definitely not his child, to give him that hope, which I thought was kind of strange. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what if he comes back? Newsflash, he does come back in another episode.
Oh, he does come back? Okay,
played by a different actor.
Okay.
Anyway, it was a sweet moment. It's nice to see there's a little bit of a fire within Karen, even after her husband had just died recently. So I think it kind of opens that character up to more possibilities as we move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Some fashion shout-outs in that Christmas were definitely Diana's sweater.
Diana's sweater. I don't know where she got that cool sweater. It was like pink and like orange.
I don't know what was going on. And then, of course, also we have Karen in all gold at the Avery's holiday party. Oh, I want to mention also that Laura is wearing the same green outfit that she wore in the dinner in More Than Friends in season 2, but her hair looks so much better this season that it actually would now be higher up on our list of our ranking from that fashion episode. Okay, looking back into the photo album, I'm spotting another Christmas, another Christmas at the Fairgates. This is when Paige had just come to town and she was wrecking havoc.
Right.
Paige wearing that crazy, insane Cruella de Vil, day-glow fur, totally stands up poor Michael, ditches her date with him to go out with Peter.
Right.
But then when she comes home, she completely lies to Michael, saying that, she had a work call late at night.
She's still living at the Mackenzies.
Right. Because Mac is her father.
Right.
And so this is causing all of these problems. And Michael's already fallen in love with her, which is kind of crazy, right? Yeah. When he tries to kiss her that night, she rebuffs him, saying she's
not
tired.
Not in this house.
Not in this house.
It's kind of weird. The whole thing's
totally
a little creepy.
Weird. And I think that the promotion behind Knots Landing was really trying to sell this romance. I remember there being some kind of photos of the two of them, but I ain't buying it.
Because, they were both kind of heartthrobs, I think, at that point, too.
Right. So. Well, poor Michael is disappointed again when he's
a little unlucky in love.
He's unlucky in love, that one.
Yeah.
He goes to the ball to buy a pendant for Paige, and then that's where he spots her in the elevator. Maybe kissing Peter.
Right. It's looks like the Bonaventure. It's that clear elevator going down, and you're like, oh, there she is.
This reminds me of that other Christmas a few years later where Michael buys Linda, the ex-wife of his older brother, a cheap gold bracelet in the occasion of proposing to her.
Right. It's like from the mall. It's from Jared or one of those places, you know?
It's really funny because in that moment, this is they're like, he's proposing to her at work, like in the office. It's super unromantic. And this bracelet's like, meh. And you can see this moment where Linda like looks at it behind him. She's like giving him a hug.
She's literally probably taking like some sandpaper to figure out.
Exactly.
Gold or gold plate.
Because later in the episode, she's already pawning the bracelet.
Right.
Like, I think it's the same day. She's wearing the same clothes. She didn't even wait a whole day.
She didn't wait 10 minutes. She went on her lunch break.
Oh, gosh, poor Michael.
I know. I feel bad for Michael. He did have some good fashions, though.
He had some good fashions.
He had this kind of disco bolo. I don't know if you saw it. It was kind of like...
That's right.
But he also does wear those strange shirts, which I don't know what's going on there. It's like they're too big.
I think they're trying to disguise that he has kind of like short arms.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
But I do love his sweater game. His sweater game is pretty awesome. He's got that pink sweater at the mall.
Yeah.
And then he has that other one that kind of looks like the Q*bert screen.
Yeah. That was one I was like, oh, could I find that now in a thrift store somewhere? Speaking of gifts, do you remember when Ben surprises the twins with the gift of ponies?
Ponies!
Well, we don't see the actual ponies, but we see 2 saddles brought in, and then he announces to Valine that he's going to take the money that he's made from signing on now as Peter's press agent.
Right.
He took that money and he's used it to buy these expensive gifts for the twins.
I mean, he's got to do something because he's so miserable now that he has to do this job because he doesn't like Peter to begin with, and he's giving up his actual real journalism career. But the reason is because that nasty Jean Hackney.
Yeah, Jean Hackney. She's busy eating her Haagen-Dazs.
She's trying to get the goods actually on Greg Sumner. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the same Christmas, yes, where he showed up at the Lotus Point Christmas party dressed as Santa, chomping on a stogie. And this was embarrassing.
That was a fun moment, though, for me.
It was fun for you, but embarrassing for Laura.
Right.
And he embarrassed himself even more later on.
Oh, this was terrible.
This was terrible.
Laura has announced, or not really announced, she's caught buying baby clothes at the maternity shop.
Right.
Isn't it Valine who sees her?
Right.
Yeah.
She can't wiggle out of it.
Right. So she says, oh, don't tell anybody. But of course, Valine tells Karen.
Immediately.
And once you tell Karen, everybody knows what's going on.
So Laura is forced to tell her husband that she is pregnant, and she is worried of what his response will be.
And it's
the response ain't good.
It ain't good. What did he say exactly?
He says... Not a good idea, Red.
Not a good idea. And I'm like, oh, you jerk.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Now, this is also the Christmas where Olivia lets it snow.
Let it snow.
Oh, gosh.
She went out and bought some blow.
Sadly, when Michael asks for a little bit of a loan so he can get a better Christmas gift for Paige, she doesn't have the cash. She's using all of her allowance and stuffing it right up.
Right. Isn't she like doing deals? She's buying like little dime bags.
This is a great moment for Olivia because she makes the deal and then she's there to be picked up by her stepfather, Gary. And then her mother, Abby, rolls in with a brand new car, Mazda.
Brand new Mazda RX-7.
Hello.
I remember that car. I remember that being like, at the time, that was like a really cool, affordable sports car.
This is like what rich people do, right? Rich people give new cars to their kids just because they passed the driver's test, which is what has happened. And
that's like what happened in my high school. There was one family, they all got brand new cars. I remember specifically the one kid who was a bad kid, he crashed it within the first week.
Well, so did Olivia.
Yeah, well, so there you go.
So did Olivia because...
They don't even know how to drive, and you give them a brand new car.
She goes over to the cul-de-sac to show it off to her old neighbors, and sadly, it's Lily Mae who takes her up on her offer for a drive.
She's going to regret that drive, I tell you.
Out of her mind.
She looks really cool, though, when she's driving. She's got a lot of makeup on. She's giving me a little goth girl.
She looks great.
She looks a little Susie Sue.
Yeah.
She's like,
I will say where I think that the Gene Hackney Ben storyline in season 8 is like the worst. It's very hard to get through. The best storyline, as we all know, is the Olivia story with Abby, and I do think you can see some elements of that in this episode. It's a wild ride though for Lily Mae as the as the Christmas Eve ends there.
Well, we don't really know what happens at the end.
Cliffhanger, just like Sid.
Just like Sid. So we don't know. Did they crash?
We'll have to wait until we cover season 8 in 7 years.
Yeah, in about 7 years from now. Okay.
Back to Paige, though. Back to Paige. She is wreaking havoc over at that house because Karen is concerned that since she's been living there, that she's like cut off all the ties with her grandparents, which is where she said she just came from.
Yeah, I think she said she was concerned that nobody's tried to reach out to her during the holidays. Of course.
So she does what she does best, which is she
meddles.
Butts in.
Yeah, a little meddling.
She calls over to the Winstons and the butler answers, and the butler's like, oh, well, they're not here, but I'll relay your message. But then when they call back, Paige picks up the phone, so she knows that Karen is meddling. And then she completely twists the contents of that call to make Karen look bad. She starts like
They want nothing to do with me. Blah, 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 blah.
I've been so hurt. And this is all while Mac and the boys are trying to sing Good King Wenceslas.
And you know what?
This becomes a running gag.
It sure does become a running gag. We're going to talk about it a little later as well.
I actually really love this scene. Really, because I love Karen and Mac's tracksuits.
Oh, it's like Kath and Kel from Kath and Kim. If you
it is so Kath and Kel.
It's totally Kath and Kel. Oh, I like 103.
Oh my God, they're so cute. Come on, let's be honest here. Karen and Mac are super, super cute, and they don't deserve Paige's wrath in this moment. Now, what happens, I guess, is that a couple days later, this Mr. Winston, which is supposed to be Paige's grandfather, well, I mean, it is, I guess, he calls again, and Karen then answers, because she's like, oh, I think it's a shame that you guys aren't, getting along, or you guys aren't in contact. And he's like, what? How dare you? You're so sick. Paige is dead.
I thought this was really weird because I don't remember this storyline.
Yeah. Don't you remember there was that whole story where she had used someone in the newspaper to like make it appear as though she was dead because she wanted to distance herself from her family and her mother.
Oh, I guess. I can't remember.
So that's why she had come there.
Now, the sweet part of this episode was that, Michael had been planning on moving out into an apartment because of the whole tension with Paige. But at the end of the episode, because it's the holidays, he makes a decision that he's going to stay with the family.
Aww.
And that makes Karen very happy, doesn't it?
Yes. That's the Christmas miracle of 1986.
That's the Christmas 86. Oh, another real sweet moment.
Tell me.
Bobby and Betsy on the roof of the house.
Oh, jeez.
And they are looking for their teddy bear. Valine is nowhere to be found. So it's like, what the hell is going on here?
Luckily, Karen shows up, and I don't know if Gary's right behind her. They see them up on the roof, and so they run up there. I love the fact that finally we're seeing the interior of the actual house. It must be because Gary goes up there and he pulls them in one at a time into the room, and it's really funny because they're like nonplussed about the whole thing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, and
whatever. I mean,
where's mommy? They don't they say, oh, she's not around. She left.
Yeah. So Gary's like, oh my gosh, she left you home alone?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if this is like, because this was 1990s.
Is that when that movie came out?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was like a
probably homage to that.
Right.
So we find out that Valine has left town.
Right.
And she's gone to visit Lily Mae, apparently, back home.
Well, she wanted to show off that new haircut that she just got. Because this is right after she had the fall and she had the head injury, and she's pretty much insane.
Gone off the rails a little bit.
This season. But apparently she has told Gary and Karen that she left Bobby and Betsy in the hands of Julie.
Yeah.
So Karen's like, I don't think that was very responsible for you. Wait, what happened? And Julie's like, no, Val never asked me to look after them.
Yeah. At first I was thinking, oh, don't you be throwing Julie under the bus.
Julie under the bus.
Now, speaking of Julie, so her storyline, too, is that their mom had passed the season before, I think it was, right, in the accident.
Yeah.
So Frank is coming home, and she's just voicing how sad it is in the house. There's like no Christmas.
No decorations.
No Christmas.
Meanwhile, everybody else has all their decorations all over.
Yeah. So this was actually a really super sweet moment because you see later in the episode, Frank brings back a big, fresh Christmas tree to put up. So they're going to have Christmas.
Yeah, across town, it looks like there was another duo trimming a tree. It was Paige and Kate. And I don't know, Paige got this earring that is like only one. It's like 5 inches
I wondered
long.
if it was on the tree.
It should have been on the tree. Kate should have just gone, doesn't that belong there?
I think it's kind of dangerous to have a dangling earring that long because that could get caught in your zipper or like in a door because it's like down here.
That's what the on-site wardrobe person is, to like brush away all the stuff. And, they come in after every take. Anyway, so we have Kate telling Paige that, oh gosh, if you end up marrying my Uncle Greg, you're going to be my Aunt Paige. Well, Aunt Paige certainly can set a good example for Kate because she arrives over at the hospital where Greg is following a liver transplant surgery.
Yeah, he had a liver transplant.
And she takes a page right out of the Abby scale because she does a striptease for Greg.
Yeah, in the hospital.
But, Paige is a little bit more refined actually than Abby because when Abby did the same thing a couple Christmases before for Peter, she had nothing underneath her coat.
Yeah.
At least Paige has on a little bra.
She had a bra or a negligee? Yeah. I don't know.
But she brings some mistletoe and she is basically kind of trying to do the same thing that Jill wanted to do in the hospital a couple Christmases back as well.
She's trying to give some mistletoe. She's giving a little mistletoe.
She's trying to give Greg something to live for.
Yeah. He is still talking about drinking, too. He's already like drinking wine right after the liver transplant.
Where does he get wine?
He says something like, I can start all over again now that I got a new liver.
Exactly.
And then I think he's like smoking one of his stogies again, too.
Totally.
So like...
There's that great scene when Claudia comes in to visit and she's dressed like she'd just come from the wedding rave at Andor.
Yes, I love that. The green, ornate dress.
And you're talking about where Paige is like, what is she wearing?
What the hell is she wearing?
Speaking of Claudia, there is a fantastic moment as well this holiday season when, with her brother Greggy in the hospital, possibly at death's doorstep, she has these, I guess, forged new versions of Greg's will that she needs some witnesses, to sign. And so she has the behind the scenes knowledge.
Well, she figures it out that Anne and Nick have got married, but they got married saying that Anne was Paige, right?
There's some shade.
And so what it means is that Paige will be paid this inheritance from the estate now because of this. Now,
and Anne made sure that the direct deposit is going to go right into her account so that Paige doesn't know anything about it.
Right. So there'd be like this windfall would show up and they'll finally have some money and everything will be great. But of course, Claudia figures it out, and then that's the leverage. That I know this, so you guys have to sign these witness statements.
Right.
And they do it.
And this all happens in one of those great classic Claudia and Anne scenes where they're, tossing barbs at each other through their mind.
Oh, that's one of my favorite, probably Knots Landing scenes.
Now, what happens, unfortunately, for Anne and Nick...
Whoops.
Her new husband is that the gentleman from the trust comes by and he says, oh, hey, everything's going to go well with the transfer, but guess what? There's no money because all the investments that the trust had made had just tanked. And in fact, now the newlyweds owe the lawyers money for the exorbitant attorney fees.
The only money that was left got eaten up, and then, of course, there's extra owed to lawyers. That's just the way it goes.
That's just the way it goes, kids. It's amazing. So what happens later on? Nick's like, I'm out of here. No money? See ya. Arrivederci.
I said, Buon Natale, and he's going back to Italy.
Yes.
So there's a scene where he's at the airport, and Anne is saying goodbye to him, and then she has no money, and there's a Santa from the Salvation Army is ringing his bell, and he gets preoccupied, and she steals the money. That was really funny.
Probably the funniest moment.
That's probably the best moment of that episode.
I still don't think that the cash from the Salvation Army Santa is going to cover the lawyer fees, so she's going to have to come up with some other grift.
She could go to In-N-Out Burger afterwards.
That's
just
true.
At least get a double cheeseburger or
That's
something.
That's true. And maybe a milkshake. They probably have eggnog for the holidays.
Right. Oh my God. Is he going to stop laughing?
Damn, I really want a donut right now.
Oh God, he's turned the air conditioning down to 55 degrees again. Oh, a refill.
Now, speaking of Santa, this was also the Christmas where Mac dressed up like Santa for reasons that I'm still quite not sure of.
Santa.
He uses this opportunity to find Jason, and he invites him to stay now with the Mackenzies because Mac has discovered that Jason's father is beating him. And, he's actually called the cops on them. And this has made things worse for Jason. And so, No Faith, No More CD is going to solve this problem, right? So he's got to take it to the next level. And this is all set to the lovely sounds of Michelle Lee singing, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." And we can sing that because I believe at this point that is royalty free.
Brady is such a control freak.
Will Doug ever get the lines right the first time?
What is he putting in his hair to make those curls? What a special Christmas memory this is. Little Meg is sent over to visit Claudia to bring her some cookies. So I guess in those days, it's okay to send a child who might be 5 years old across the street. You could get away with it.
It's a small cul-de-sac.
It's a small cul-de-sac. We've been there. It is small, but I don't know. I think you would usually
go with the child. You go with the child.
Still go with the child. You wouldn't just send.
I agree.
But anyway, whatever.
But Karen is a Pollyanna. People
What year
are supposed
was
to be
that?
nice.
I guess in 1991, you still could send the kid over there. So she goes over to the house, and it just so happens that Greg is visiting his sister. So the connection is
Greg is Meg's father.
Greg is the biological father. Now, we've gone through several incarnations with Greg.
Suddenly, now he wants to be part of her life, even though he's already given her up for adoption to the Mackenzies.
It's a cute moment, where you have the toddler speaking to the older man, and she's saying, "Do you have any children?" And he says, "I hate children," but he's smiling when he says it. So there's this whole thing back and forth.
He certainly doesn't hate her enough to buy her the new dollhouse furniture that she requests from him. And this ticks off Karen and Mac even more so than when the Christmas tree that Mac and Jason have been trying to have stand up erect keeps falling down because of that damn Christmas tree stand. Those things never work.
Did you see the looks on Karen's face when she came over there to pick up Meg? Because, of course, at first they're like, "Where is Meg? Oh, she's been gone this long? What's going on?"
Claudia can't be that interesting.
Right. It's daggers when she sees,
She's wearing that really cool kind of cheetah sweater. I love that.
Very Jaguar.
Super, super cute. One of the fashion highlights from this particular Christmas, but the best Christmas fashion is coming up next.
Oh, good.
This is when the Fairgates have everybody over for Christmas. And if you remember, Val is not living there anymore by this point. Mm-hmm. And so she comes in with this multi-plaid Christmas jacket.
Oh, it's totally
Super cool.
asymmetrical.
Yeah, I think Joan should have worn that jacket to that year's CBS broadcast of the Rose Bowl parade when she did the co-hosting with Ted Shackelford. She looks fantastic, and she is sort of reminiscing with her good friend Karen, who, she doesn't get to see every day anymore since she's living on the ranch, and she's very wistful because all the houses are all decorated except for her home. And so they remember the good times together, because when they're in the kitchen later on, right, this is familiar territory for these two, Val and Karen.
Always in the kitchen.
Val has to tell Karen that Gary is mortgaging the ranch to help fund this silly tidal energy project that Kate's doofus of a boyfriend, Joseph, has wrapped them all into.
Right.
God.
And not to ruin any surprises, but let's face it, we know Gary is literally going to take it in the shorts on this deal.
The blue shorts.
The blue shorts. How many times are we going to talk about that blonde man's hot body? Would Susie please be quiet? She's meowing for food.
I can't believe how much editing I'm going to have to do on this episode.
Now, this could possibly be one of my favorite Christmas memories. We're seeing all this new technology that is being featured. The microwave is spinning a pie or whatever on it. They're putting in a CD player with Handel's Messiah is going on. This is at the Fairgate House.
Well, they're trying to drown out the football game that suddenly all the men of Knots Landing are into football.
Right.
12 seasons in.
Karen wants to hear Handel's Messiah. So she's got this new CD. It's all very technical. Oh, he's turning the dial and putting the CD in. So you got the microwave. You've got the new CD technology.
Val is using the hand mixer. She's then using the blender.
Yeah. Things are all going
off. The Christmas tree is all lit up.
And then pop, they lose the power. But actually, it's not just their house. It's the entire cul-de-sac.
Entire Seaview Circle cul-de-sac.
So what are people
That's happened to our podcast before, actually.
Yeah, what's going to happen if you can't watch a football game on TV? You're going to take it out to the front yard. So we end up having this very sweet moment where it's all the boys
and
Paige outside playing football on the front lawn. And it's the spirit of Christmas. You don't need all this crap.
Bobby gets the ball at some point, and then he trips and falls, and he kind of hurts his leg. I don't get it. There's like no payoff to that moment whatsoever. But then when they go back inside, you have this moment between Betsy and Meg where Betsy is making fun of the fact that Meg has just lost her teeth.
It was a little jumping of the shark when we start focusing only on the kids' stories. That is always a little bit like...
A little bit of a worry.
Thing where, like, whenever you have that sitcom and then they start add a little kid in, then like, the show was getting ready to be canceled or whatever. But I don't know if that was the complete intention.
And I'm sure the actress who played Meg had actually just lost her teeth, which was, I guess, good timing because...
all she wanted for Christmas was her 2 front teeth.
Exactly.
Which is going to be featured as they start doing this little montage of songs. Of course, back again by popular demand, Good King Wenceslas.
Yes, this time, Mac is backed by the lovely trio of Jason, Gary, and Paige's latest schlub of a boyfriend, Pierce, who will later rummage through her closet and her drawers looking for other lingerie that Greg must have purchased for her, even though the nightgown that he saw her open was really from her mother.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a winner. And
she's going to kick him to the curb.
Hello.
So that's a little bit of the downer on the Christmas.
Yes.
Let's keep with the ups.
Right, okay. So here
uppers.
we are, and it's a candle-lit Christmas. And what do? You sing your carols. So they're singing the one song, and then they sing another song.
And then Karen takes the lead. And this is where the magic happens.
Yes.
This is a video. Literally like a video. It is really like cinematic and fun.
It could be like a Kenny G video.
It's a great moment.
Or a Barry Manilow video.
It's actually a Barry Manilow song that she's singing.
Because it's Christmas.
Right. And apparently, I didn't remember this, but that was like a big Christmas hit.
I don't know. I just have one question about the Michelle Lee video. Who's playing the piano?
No, I don't know. I don't know who's playing the piano. Wasn't there another instrument there too?
I don't know, maybe. The other question you have to ask is, where is Gary in this montage of all of them looking at Michelle Lee? Well, he's not there because he's upstairs changing into his Santa costume. He is now the lucky recipient this year. Do you see a pattern in these Knots Landing Christmas episodes? I think we see a pattern.
I think we see a pattern.
So anyway, we have this wonderful moment where finally the lights turn back on and the
whole
kids
cul-de-sac
run to the window
lights
see all the
up, and
beautiful
it's beautiful.
lights.
It's so pretty.
Let's talk about the decorations for a moment because I do see some consistency, which I really like to see in this show. We always talk about how much more real this show is. I mean, think about this episode. It's so based in reality, right? From playing the football on the lawn or whatever, preparing stuff in the kitchen. What I love, though, is that we see the same holiday decorations from year to year. There's that plastic Frosty the Snowman, which somebody in my neighborhood had that for sure.
Is it the Dancer Prancer, the reindeer on the roof kind of thing? The plastic
in two
ones?
different episodes.
Yeah.
Many seasons apart. I love that. And again, I love the fact that with Meg losing the teeth, we have this moment where both Santa and the Tooth Fairy have had to come on the same night. It's a very cute moment, but it is soured a little bit when Mac and Karen realize, mostly Mac is soured, that this is Jason's last day. He is going to... Sweden, okay? Yeah, so I guess it's been exactly a year, right? Because he started living with them when Mac went to go pick him up dressed as Santa to the point when Gary's dressed as Santa and it's, whatever. So there is a beautiful little moment where I guess Karen goes to see him off at the airport.
Yeah.
And he's like beating himself up because he was not able to like repair his relationship with his own father.
And I think he thought his father was going to call him before he went away.
Yeah.
He must have told him that I'm leaving the country. But Karen does give good advice, and she just assures him that they will always be there for him.
Right.
So that was I did find that a very sweet moment. So, yes, and that's the Christmas
It's a happy
miracles.
holidays. It's a happy holidays.
Yeah, I did really enjoy that.
Well, I was going to ask you, what was your favorite of these Christmas memories from Knots Landing?
I think it's that video montage with Karen lip syncing because it's Christmas.
I'm going to say my favorite memory, I have two. One, the sweetness factor. I think is actually the moment that Lily Mae redeems herself to Val with the patchwork quilt that she has actually sewn herself. And then the other favorite part is more wicked. It's when Anne steals the money from the Salvation Army Santa.
Yeah, that's a good moment.
And I think that's a pretty good segue, because now I have heard that Santa Dougee has asked me to be his elf secretary, and he wants me to write down for him who has been naughty and who has been nice this year in our coverage of Knots Landing. So we are going to be going through many of the characters that we have discussed in 2025. We are going to have 3 different categories. One is, of course, naughty. One is nice. And then the other is it's complicated. Okay, so let's just get started. Are you ready, Santa Dougee?
I guess I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be, and I hope I remember everybody.
He's the one that has the final say. You know, I might offer some advice, but it's him who has the final say. Okay, here we go. Richard Avery.
It's complicated.
Oh, okay. Laura.
It's complicated.
Oh my God. Okay. Scooter Warren.
Nice.
Really? Okay. Jason Avery.
Naughty.
Oh, well, he did burp at dinner that time. Brian Cunningham.
Naughty.
Naughty. Horn. Oh, that's a bleep. That's a bleep.
That bloody trumpet.
Olivia Cunningham.
Naughty.
Naughty. Jeff Cunningham.
Nice. No, he's naughty.
Naughty.
He's naughty. He's angry.
He kidnapped the kids.
I know, but maybe he's complicated.
Abby Cunningham Ewing.
You betcha she's naughty, baby.
Oh my gosh. J.R. Ewing.
Naughty.
Naughty. Gary Ewing.
Naughty.
Naughty. Oh, Valine Ewing.
Nice.
Nice. Judy Trent.
Naughty.
Naughty.
Naughty beach.
Earl Trent.
Naughty.
Naughty. Kristen Shepard.
Naughty.
Naughty. Kenny Ward.
Naughty.
Naughty. Sylvie.
Naughty.
Naughty.
They're pretty much all naughty.
You're going to run out of coal real quick.
Yeah, I need more coal.
Ginger Ward.
Nice.
Nice. Carl.
Nice.
Nice. Rose and Cal.
Rose and Cal?
You know, they're the ones that broke into Ginger's baby shower and held everybody up at gunpoint.
Oh, I think they're naughty.
Naughty.
I couldn't remember them for the minute. Jeez.
Karen Farragate McKenzie.
Nice.
Nice. Teddy Becker.
The boyfriend. He's nice.
Nice. Diana Fairgate.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, what about Bobby? This is not Bobby Ewing.
And not Betsy Bobby.
Not Betsy Bobby. This is Bobby, Diana's friend, who looks like a young Jeremy Allen White.
Oh, yeah. He's nice.
Okay,
he's
nice.
Yeah,
okay,
nice.
Now what about Roger, the sea otter?
Oh, Roger is naughty.
Naughty. Okay, Pam Messenger.
Oh, she is naughty.
She's
real naughty. And her mom is naughty, too. Is she in there?
Sid Fairgate.
I'd say overall, he's nice. But you think it's complicated?
It's complicated.
Well, it is complicated.
Yeah.
But I would say to you, generally speaking.
Good heart.
Good heart, but a little naive and old-fashioned.
Maybe bad decisions. It's complicated.
Bad decisions.
Linda Stryker, the grease person.
I'd say she's nice.
She's nice. Frank and Roy.
They're not nice. They're naughty. Both of them are naughty.
Tom.
Tom the mechanic? Oh, he's naughty.
Naughty. Okay. Eric Fairgate.
He's nice.
Nice. Mrs. Killman.
Wait. Remind me.
If she lives, you'll be the man.
Oh, she's
she's
naughty.
Naughty. Okay. Lily Mae Clemens.
I'd say she's nice.
This year, she's nice.
Yeah.
Greg Sumner.
Naughty.
Naughty. I don't like the way he responded to Laura's news that she was pregnant.
Yes.
Gene Hackney.
Gene Hackney is naughty.
In terms of what we've covered...
Well, it could be complicated, I guess.
It's complicated. Okay. Ben Gibson.
He's nice. Albeit a little dumb.
He's nice. All right. Betsy Ewing.
Oh, you mean the little girl?
Yeah.
She's a bit naughty.
She's like a soft naughty. You know?
Yeah.
She can improve her behavior. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, she has been a little bit naughty.
What about Bobby Ewing?
I would say he's nice.
I would say he's nice.
At least right now.
Mac McKenzie.
Oh, I would say he's nice.
Nice. Jason Lochner.
Oh, he's nice.
He's nice. Frank Williams.
Oh, he's so nice. I love Frank.
Love Frank. Paige Matheson.
She's naughty.
I'd say she's naughty. She starts off totally naughty.
Yeah, she starts off real naughty. Then she's mildly naughty later on.
All right, how about Michael Fairgate?
He's nice.
He's nice.
Too nice.
Yes.
Too nice.
Okay, Linda Fairgate.
She's not nice.
Naughty.
She's naughty.
Anne Matheson.
Oh, she's naughty. But I love her.
I know. I almost want to say it's complicated, but she's pretty naughty. She's pretty naughty.
She's I love her.
How about Nick Scalacci?
Oh, I know he's naughty, but I really like him.
Me too.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
I think Santa is going to give a free pass.
I wish that, in an ideal world...
Let's make him nice. Let's give him presents.
Let's give him nice. But wouldn't it be great in an ideal world if they had done a spin-off show just with those two? Like a sitcom.
Well, actually,
it would have been really funny.
Well, it could be with Nick, Claudia, and Anne.
Yeah,
would be the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kathleen Noon. We got there yet?
We're getting there. We're getting there. Claudia Whitaker.
Oh, she's naughty, but I love her.
She's naughty.
Yeah.
Okay. Kate Whitaker.
She's nice.
Nice.
Next.
Pierce Lawton.
He is naughty.
Naughty.
Weird, too. Does that count weird?
What about the other one? Joseph Barringer.
That's the title.
That drip.
I would say he's nice, but he's really weird.
You get... like the tiniest present in Santa's bag, dude. You are. He
gets a stocking stuffer.
Yeah, exactly. You're lame. You're lame, dude. Yeah, all right, and the last one is Meg. What is her last name?
Oh, Meg's nice.
She's nice.
Meg.
Okay.
Fairgate.
Meg. No, Meg Sumner.
Meg Sumner.
Mackenzie.
Meg Mackenzie.
Maybe
Fairgate.
I don't know if she's adopted at this point or.
Yeah.
Who is she?
She was adopted.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Meg Mackenzie.
Meg Mackenzie.
Okay.
Meg double M's.
Well, Santa, if you could read my writing, then you could figure out what.
I think it's mostly naughty. The whole list is mostly naughty.
Pretty much.
But I mean, if it was all nice, we wouldn't be watching it.
It is a soap opera after all.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before we leave you, we do have one last little treat for you because we are now going to read you the timeless holiday classic. Get out your book here.
Yes.
This is our version of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Douglas, take it away.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the sack not a creature was stirring, except maybe Santa Mac.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that Mom's old college boyfriend soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds. Visions of knocking Betsy's teeth out danced in Meg's head.
Lily May with her auto harp, Kenny still a sap. Aaron married settled down for a much too short nap.
'Cause out on the lawn she heard boys and the latter. Paige fumbled the ball and started a chatter. No lights in the window with an electric flash. Many plugs in the socket made this day a bash.
When what to their wondering eyes should appear but a brand new Mercedes and a much cheaper Buick Regal.
What about the Mazda RX-7?
Right. With a coked-up young driver so lively and quick, they knew in a moment it must be Olivia.
Now Julie clocks Val. Claudia tricks Anne.
On Bob, on Mort, Peter on top of Abs.
Bye-bye to the airport went Nick and Jason now, but not before Nick had mind-read Claudia as that nosy cow.
Then up to the hilltop, Olivia's Mazda it flew, trailing a sleigh full of stogies, Santa Greggy too.
Suddenly, in a panic, Karen heard on the roof the prancing of Bobby and Betsy's little hoofs. They'd gone to fetch a beloved teddy bear toy. Too bad Kate hadn't already brought her bigger bundle of joy.
As they drew inside and turned around, in walked Karen wearing a jumpsuit and frown.
She was dressed in gold from head to her toe, looking like a version of C3P Ho. Ho, ho.
Gary was festive, too, with sexy books for his hottie. He shook when he laughed. He still had a good body.
Ben bought Gary's kids' ponies, and later at work, Michael's engagement bracelet was pawned, Linda thinking him a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose, Mac learned from Frank the Kingston trio blows.
He sprang to his sleigh, to Greg and Gary gave a gleam, and away they all flew in a hackney named Jean. And we heard them exclaim, ere they drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all in the cul-de-sac, and to all a good night.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that little instant holiday classic.
It was
modern holiday classic.
I think that's one for the books.
Yes, it should be printed. We're going to have to print it.
Yeah.
No, you know what I was thinking, though, would be really funny is if we had come up with all of the Christmases that we didn't see on film, right? With all these other storylines that never actually happened on the show. Yeah. Anyway. We want to thank you for joining us for this little special holiday episode of Seaview Circle and for joining us all year long in 2025. I don't imagine that there's any fans of Yellow Jackets that are necessarily watching this particular episode, but we want to thank you to all of you as well.
And we even had the White Lotus, remember, too.
That's correct.
Anybody who's seen any of our content, we thank you very much for supporting us.
And we look forward to seeing you again in 2026. Until then, we want to wish you a very happy holidays and a happy new year.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say before we go?
The only thing I want to say to you is this. See you then, back on the sack.